Good morning, fifth grade online learners. Welcome to Wednesday, October 7th, fifth grade science. And today we're going to continue our discussion about producing food. Just a reminder, make sure that you remember there's a quiz on Friday. I may even post it Thursday, but either day is fine. Also keep up with your journal entries. There are 3 this week concerning making food and plants making food. This is a copy of today's website that I printed out front and back. And again, I like this website because there wasn't a whole lot of text to it, but there was a lot of good, meaningful information here. So it would make it easy for you to be able to summarize a 3 to 5 sentence. And it really complements our book well, the topic of producing food. So from this website, it says plants are very important to us. All food people eat come directly or indirectly from plants. And they ask the question, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make food from light, water, nutrients, and carbon dioxide. What is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is the green pigment or color found in plants that helps the plant make food. Directly from plants. For example, apples come from an apple tree. The flour used to make bread comes from a wheat plant. Steak comes from a cow, and we all know that cows are animals, but not plants, right? But what does the cow eat? It eats grass and grains, plants. So the energy is coming from the sun to the fruit, to the animals that eat the fruit, and then we eat the animals. So our energy comes from the sun. What do plants need to make food? Plants need several things to make food. They need chlorophyll, a green pigment found in the leaves of plants. See the layer of chlorophyll in the cross section of the leaf below. So if you go on your website, you'll be able to see the cross section. For me, it's on the back of the page. For you, you just scroll down. What that shows is a light, either natural sunlight or artificial light, like from a light bulb. Carbon dioxide, a gas found in the air, one of the gases people and animals breathe out when they exhale. Water, which the plant collects through its roots. Nutrients and minerals, which the plant collects from the soil through its roots. Plants make food in their leaves. The leaves contain a pigment called chlorophyll, which colors the leaves green. Chlorophyll can make food the plant can use from carbon dioxide, water, nutrients, and energy from the sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis. During the process of photosynthesis, plants release oxygen into the air. Plants and animals need oxygen to breathe. Just doing a time check. Okay, we're a couple minutes in. So this is your website. It's brief, but it does have some very good information on it. Feel free to click on that today and summarize 3 to 5 sentences. Back to the book. Yesterday I showed you the overgrown structure with leaves and weeds overgrowing it, and I compared it to a shed that used to be in my mom's backyard. Every year those weeds would grow off the hillside, and it was always a battle who was going to clear them off the shed. But even though they weren't, the weeds didn't start on our property, they ended up there, so I ended up cleaning them off every year. That's what that picture reminds me of. Page 851, we did this, but I thought I would review it one more time with you. Sugars are a plant's food. The plant stores sugars in its tissues and breaks them down when it needs energy. When an animal eats a plant, it can use stored sugars. And when a larger animal eats the plant eater, it too obtains energy originally stored in plants. In this way, all animals depend on plants for energy. In Chapter 1, you learned that photosynthesis takes place in organelles called chloroplasts. The number of chloroplasts in a cell depends on the organism. Some tiny algae cells have only one chloroplast, while the cells in the leaves of a tree may each contain more than 50. Most chloroplasts have the same basic structure. Each is surrounded by 2 membranes. Another system of membranes courses through the interior of the chloroplast. These membranes look like flat sacs arranged in stacks called grana. Inside the membranes are a variety of pigments. A pigment is a substance that absorbs light. The most important pigment in a chloroplast is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs most colors of light, but not green. This means that when sunlight hits chlorophyll, green light is reflected to your eye. This is why plants that contain large amounts of chlorophyll look green. How does photosynthesis work? When light strikes chlorophyll, the energy is used to split apart water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Later, during a series of chemical reactions, the hydrogen joins with carbon from carbon dioxide to form sugars. The oxygen gas is released. Photosynthesis is a unique process, and it's hard to imagine life on Earth without it. The next time you look at a tall tree or plant, remember that almost all of its matter came from only water and carbon dioxide. And you could probably see in the background I have some tall trees behind me. And this morning I actually had a tree that was kind of leaning. So about a year ago I tied it into stakes into the ground to straighten it up. And after a little over a year I untied those stakes. And what I noticed was the tree was not getting all of its nutrients and water through its stem because I had those ropes holding it up straight. So some of the bottom leaves were starting to turn brown on an evergreen tree. The needles are the leaves. And I'm hoping I didn't wait too long to untie it. I wanted to make sure it would strong enough to stand up. But also I might have waited too long because it was not able to pass nutrients the way it should, having the full use of its tree trunk. So let's keep hope that tree stays up straight and comes back and is healthy. Okay, fifth grade, that's our lesson review for today. Again, make sure you do your journal summaries and prepare yourself for Friday's quiz. Thank you.